And we back, episode 3 of the Pull Up Lounge.
Ain't nobody like really show me how to do this. Like, it wasn't no big brother. Like, we took a lot of L's, but now we know. I'm ready for couple nicks that I gotta put my foot on, mellow type freedom, so I got the hood on. When you know you grow, ain't scared.
I'm Ty.
You know, it's your boy Eric.
And today we have a special guest. To me, this one touched definitely dearly to my heart.
Sure.
Marquis Robinson. He is the owner of Robinson Capital. He is a 229 Mochi, Georgia boy.
Sure.
So we definitely rep the state. But man, all around great guy. He's a multi-family real estate investor, single family investor. He is the only black man right now in Marietta, Cobb County, Georgia, own apartment complex. So without further ado, I want to introduce y'all to my brother.
I love it, man.
Marquis Robinson.
I love it, man. I want to thank you guys, man. I appreciate it, man.
Yes,
thank you for having me on, for sure. Thank you for letting me get the opportunity to get in front of your audience and hopefully share some value today and plant that seed in somebody so they can go out here and get in real estate investing the same way I did. I was looking for something like this when I got started. So what you guys are doing is amazing, man. I'm excited to see where it goes next.
For sure. And Marquis, bro, we appreciate you for even taking time out of your busy schedule to do this. And I want to see if we can take it from the beginning, right?
For sure, let's do it.
So like let's really paint that picture. So
okay.
Let's take them back.
What did you do before real estate?
So I have a very, very unique story, man. I went to college for business, right? Got lazy, didn't want to do math, didn't want to do calculus and stuff like that. So I changed, and I became a history major. Thought I wanted to be a coach and a teacher. But look, I started to see, a lot of coaches don't really make any money and stuff like that. So graduated college. I used my network. One of the guys from our hometown, from Moultrie in South Georgia, he gave me a job at Verizon. He was like, hey, man, great start out of college. Started doing that for 2 years. And I noticed something very, very quickly. I was making good money, but I didn't have time. Right? So I was working 11 to 7, 9 to 6, 10 to 8, very, very long shift. It was retail. Yeah. I was at the Verizon store. So for you people, before COVID, yes, people would go into the Verizon store all the time to buy a phone. You know what I mean? So I was working in Carrollton, like right outside of the Alabama line. Right. So did that, made good money, but I didn't have time. So I was like, man, I went to school to be a teacher. I'm going to go into the education field.
Yeah.
Right? So I got into that. I had time, but no money.
Right.
So I was like, guys, I got to find something that's going to really, really give me the time and the opportunity to make a lot of money. Right. That's when I got into real estate investing.
Wow. Man, that's major. And it really kind of paints a picture of where your heart is too.
Sure.
Because it takes a special person with a special heart to want to be in the education field, teaching, the youth and everything. And so that definitely speaks to you.
For sure. And the benefit of being in real estate as well, I still teach. Like I educate people. I have a community and everything where I educate people on how to do wholesale real estate and stuff like that. So I'm still getting that fulfillment of teaching, but it's something I can actually do more of and make a lot of money doing as well. But most importantly, I have the flexibility with my time in real estate.
Yeah, well, look, let's segue off of that. So,
sure.
How did you get your start into real estate? Like, how did it begin?
Great question, man. I tell you, man, timing is everything. So what I would do, man, I would listen to the radio on the way to work, on the commute, like most people do, right? You know what I mean? And it was one guy on the radio. He was like, hey, if you want to learn how to get into real estate investing with no cash, no credit, little to no money down, come to this seminar on the weekend. I'm like, it's probably a scam.
Yeah, I was going
to say. You know what I mean?
As soon
probably
as you hear that stuff, don't you get scammed vibes?
So,
how it could go.
I'm like, this can't be true. But then I thought about it. I don't have credit at the time. I don't have money to get started in real estate. I'm definitely interested in this.
Right.
So, social media is very powerful, guys, right? I would see my cousin on social media all the time going to show houses. Mm-hmm. She's driving a nice car. Right. And no offense to her, I'm like, what is she doing that I can't? I feel like I can do that, right? If I can sell phones at Verizon, my first job out of college, I can probably sell houses, right?
Right.
And so I had a conversation with her, and we talked about it. She was like, she's an agent, and this is the kind of the commission split as an agent. I really didn't agree with it because, if an agent sells a house for $100K, they get 3% of that, which is $3K, right? Mm-hmm. But with that $3K, they still have to break that down with the broker and stuff like that. So after doing the math,
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so after doing the math, I was like, I can just get a regular job.
Right.
And so started doing more research on real estate investing, came across the strategy wholesaling on YouTube. Same thing, right? Okay, this is the second time I'm hearing this, right? And I'm like, okay, no cash, no credit. My credit is terrible. I don't have any money. And then I saw a buddy of mine. I went to college with him, right? He was like, hey, I'm at this real estate event, man. If you want to get in real estate, no cash, no credit, you should come to this event we have it next Thursday. It's only $25 to get in. Third time, man. Third time I heard this. I heard it on the radio.
Yeah.
Right? I talked to my cousin about real estate investing. I looked it up on YouTube. This might be legit.
Yeah.
And so I went to the Atlanta Real. I'll never forget it. And I met my mentor. He was like, hey, if you got $5K, I'll teach you how to get in the game. I can't promise you any results, but hey, it's worth a shot. So I was still teaching at the time, and I went for it. And I partnered up with him. He helped me do my first deal.
Wow.
So how long would you say, Marquis, you know, you took that leap of faith, you gave it a try. When would you say you closed your first deal? How long did it take you?
So let me back up a bit. So I got my first contract in a few weeks.
Okay.
Now, it's some power in that as well because it's expectations, right? So we get a contract, like, okay, I'm going to be rich tomorrow, right? We're going to sell the property.
That's what I would have thought.
Come to find out, the guy, he lied to us about what's going on. He had a lien on the property, meaning he owed someone else some money. He lived in California. Wow. The property was in Atlanta. So that was my first challenge in real estate investing. It was a non-starter. He owed too much money on the property. He owed someone. He took out a loan or something, and they put a lien on his house. For the people that don't know what that is, if someone does some work on your house, they can put a mechanics lien on it. If I paint your house and you don't pay me, I can put a mechanics lien on the property.
Oh, wow.
Therefore, the title is not clear. You can't sell it or anything like that.
Right.
So I'm like, yo, what happened? Oh, man, just forget it. I don't want to sell anymore. Of course you don't, right? Yeah. So a month later, I got my second contract. So in total, 60 days. And that's when I closed on my first deal, and I made $15,000.
Wow.
So in total, it took me 60 days to close my first deal, but a few weeks to get a contract. And it's really a lesson in that as well, guys, because just because I got the contract that early doesn't mean the success is going to come that early.
Yeah.
But that was my first piece of adversity and resiliency, for sure.
Because, man, literally what you was just saying, man, it sounds like ignorance is, like, very expensive in real estate.
For
so
sure.
just to kind of segue into something else. So you just named one thing that people need to watch out for. Like, what are some other things that if I'm on a 9 to 5, I'm getting started in real estate, what are some things that I would need to watch out for so that I don't make those mistakes that could be like super detrimental to me getting started?
Well, number one, you definitely want to educate yourself when you get into real estate investing. Like this is a real business. People get punched in the face in this business all the time, right? So make sure everything you're doing is in black and white. You got contracts, you're doing your research and stuff like that, and use an attorney. Yeah. I know we're here in Alabama, so you guys may use title companies. It's the same thing. Right. Use a certified official who has the degree and the credentials to search the title work and make sure everything we're doing is in black and white and it's legit. Right. So because we caught this issue because I used an attorney. My attorney, they called us like, hey, this guy owes like 3 people money. I don't think you're going to be able to make any money today because he owes too many people money.
Right.
He was telling me, no, that's not true. No. This has been filed with Fulton County, sir. You do. So that's one thing. You definitely want to make sure you're working with professionals for sure. And if you do a mentorship, make sure you work with someone who has the track record of success and they can show you true and proven results.
Yeah. So not like your sister.
No. You want to work with somebody who actually knows what they're doing for real.
3 houses now. All of a sudden,
that's not enough. That's not enough.
Man, that's funny, man. That's funny. So I kind of we like on our podcast we always try to touch that individual that maybe they're on a 9 to 5, they feeling stuck, they're not really knowing kind of like what they want to do. They know they want to do more, kind of like what you was just saying. Yeah. With being a teacher, like you knew it wasn't for me. No. For somebody that's like literally on a 9 to 5 right now, they might be working a warehouse job. They might be a teacher. Like what advice would you have for them? Like for them to do Monday, for them to if they really want to do this. Here's some steps that you need to start doing for yourself and for the industry. I think
that's a good point. I would definitely say this. Number one, that job needs to be your first investment. When I say that, if they have you a great 401k plan, you need to be matching that, right? Number two, if you have a great 9 to 5 with some flexibility, meaning you can work from home or they're not as strict as some jobs may be, I would try to use any free time, any spare time. And me and Ty, we talked about that on the way here. If you don't work the weekends, you should be maximizing your weekends. Because I'm going to tell you something, man. One thing my first mentor told me, he looked me in my face. He was like, hey, you sound like a great kid. You got a good heart. I can tell you really want to do this. But what are you going to give up? And I was like, what do you mean? I just paid you $5K. What else do you want me to give up? He's like, no, what are you going to give up in your spare time? What's holding you back from reaching your true potential? And I had to take a step back and ask myself. I was at brunch, trying to go on dates all the time. Didn't really have money to go on dates, but you know what I mean.
Like, she bad.
Yeah, trying to date and all that type of stuff. Listening to the radio.
Right.
He was like, what are you going to give up? I gave up listening to the radio. I gave up hanging out, going to brunch. And guys, I live in Atlanta. Brunch is a thing.
Yes.
If you really know, brunch is it, right? So I had to get off the scene, man. I had to take a step back and really sacrifice a few months to really, really build, but grow in this industry. So I would say, number one, if you have a job, that needs to be your first investor. Use whatever 401k plan, whatever benefits they are giving you. Use that to match that, and then when you do leave, you have a nice nest egg, right? Start saving some of that money. Number two, if you have the flexibility at your 9 to 5, you need to be maximizing your time. If you get off at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, you need to be doing something that's going to help you get to the next level and build your business so we can build a business plan to get out of there eventually. I would definitely say that. And most importantly, you got to sacrifice. What are you going to sacrifice? Hanging out, listening to everything that's on the Shade Room, right? Seriously, like listen to the radio. We need to be listening to a podcast. We need to be reading a new book. We need to be networking, not just going to the club. We need to be going to networking events, getting around people who want to do business and make money.
And see that's powerful. You know what Marquis just touched on is, you know, what are you gonna sacrifice?
For sure.
Because a lot of people have great potential, but the work ethic, is just not there. You know, they spending a lot of time scrolling on their phones, like Marquis said, going to brunch, going to clubs.
Yep.
When that money you can be using, and I was one of them. You know, I'll admit I was one of them. You know, but you know that time that you doing all of that, you could definitely be investing into yourself and investing into your craft.
Man.
So that was major.
I agree, and I would say this as well, guys. Change your environment. Like seriously, like you have to be very, very intentional. If you want to change your situation and make more money or get more financial freedom, you have to be very, very intentional about changing your life.
Definitely.
Like I don't listen to the radio at all. I'm not on social media on my phone from probably 10 a.m. to probably 6 p.m. I'm locked in on business. My phone is mostly on Do Not Disturb. Put those boundaries in place, and the right people will understand and say, hey, Ty, I see where you're going, bro. Let me know how I can help you with that, right? I see where you're going, man. How can I help you with that? And they're going to respect that. But most importantly, the people who are not really for you, they're going to eventually fall by the wayside. And the right people, I'm a firm believer, I have strong faith, they're going to start to come in your life. You're going to start to build new relationships with people that's like, hey, man, I got a great opportunity for you, man. I see what you're doing with the podcast. Have you thought about doing this?
Yeah.
I spoke about you in a room you didn't even know about.
Right.
Wow. Man, everything you saying, I'm kind of listening, and it seems like it's always circling back to relationships, partnerships. So, I mean, can you touch on that a little bit for that person that really feel like they can do everything themselves and they don't need nobody? Like, in terms of like where you have started and where you're at now, I mean, super highly successful. Like, how important has like building those partnerships been for you?
I would say this. One of my mentors told me, man, you can only go so far by yourself. By that I mean, guys, I built a 6-figure organization by myself, doing most of the deals. I didn't hit 7 figures, 3.5 million until I got a partner. Once I got a partner and swallowed my pride and my ego and like, hey, bro, you do this, I do that, right? With that being said, we were able to do 3.5 million.
Wow.
7-figure organization, hire people, hire a sales team and everything like that to really, really make this thing go and go to the next level. And here we are now doing multifamily with the power of our investors, believing in our vision, believing in our business plan, and really believing in what we have going on. So you can only go so far by yourself.
Right.
But to really get to the next level and really do some amazing things and have a true impact, got to be a team, got to be some strategic partnerships and things like that.
And you didn't catch that 7-figure deals.
For sure.
You need partnerships.
Absolutely.
You need to swallow your pride, quit feeling like you can do everything yourself.
Exactly.
And get in the right rooms and network with the right people and
for sure, man.
Just leave it up to God.
Absolutely. It's a team effort, man. I would not have been here without the support of my team, the support of my family. Like, my family truly understands where I'm looking to go and take us. So they understand, like, hey, do not call Marquis in the middle of the day talking about what you saw on the Shade Room. I'm not that guy. After 6 p.m., we can crack jokes and laugh and stuff like that. But from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m., I'm locked in. And again, don't feel bad about setting those boundaries, man. Right. The people who care about you and want to see you win, they'll understand, like, okay, I see where you're going, Ty. I see you got something special you're working on. Let me back off and let you do that.
Yeah. And Marquis, you just did something monumental. Ty, me and you, I feel like we're the first ones that got the honor to really talk about this, bro.
Yeah, I think so. This is the first time talking about that on any podcast.
Yeah, I definitely want to, so Marquis, you just did a major, something that, what guys like us come from.
Yeah, no,
it's impossible. We look at that as impossible. But, man, you just closed a 31-unit deal. Tell us a little bit about that. Like, what was that process like from start to finish?
Oh, man, I would say it's probably one of the most challenging things I've ever done. But one of my things for 2024 was this, man. get comfortable being uncomfortable, right? What does that mean? Do things that's gonna make you uncomfortable on a consistent basis, so you can kind of get comfortable doing that, right? It becomes natural to you. And I would also say this, man, challenging myself and living by 8-figure execution. So we were able to acquire this 31 unit B class asset here in Cobb County, here in Metro Atlanta. For the people that don't know, it's 4 classes in multifamily real estate investing. Okay. You have A class, your buckheads, things like that, higher end properties, right? You know, millionaires and stuff like that are probably your tenants, right? You have B class, upper working class, people with great jobs. They're probably an executive or something like that somewhere. You know, a really, really good, strong foundation. You have C class, a little bit rougher area, but working class people. Yep. You know what I mean? Then you have D class, which are extremely rough areas, a lot of very, very tough. So we were able to be one of the few minority operators here in Cobb County with a B class asset. Bought it for $3.5 million. ARV is $6 million. What does that mean? After repair value. So they're saying, the bank is telling us, the appraisers, hey, you bought it at 3.5. If you do some additions to this thing and fix it up, it'll be worth $6 million. So at that point, guys, we have a lot of equity and a lot of room to play with right there. So that's the power of multifamily. But I want to say this, guys. I did not get here by myself. Partnership, investors believing in what we have going on, but most importantly, I started with single family, wholesaling real estate. That one deal for $15K gave me that hope, gave me that faith that I can do bigger and better things. So you see where I am now, but please understand, you have to start somewhere. Start in single family, do a couple deals, learn how to underwrite, build those relationships, and the sky's the limit in this industry, man. I love it.
And Marquis, you touched on, you know, the partnerships, the mentorships. Sure. I definitely want to touch base, you know, because I feel like this may have been a huge part of your success as well. But talk to us a little bit about the list, you know.
Okay, for sure.
Tell us how that was able to catapult you to, you know, not only what you knew then, but what you know now.
Absolutely, man.
How that's been a major
for sure, guys. And I kind of want to go back just a little bit. Even before we got in the list with the multifamily side, my first mentor, $5K. He taught me how to wholesale. I had another mentor. I paid him $10,000. He taught me how to build a real estate investing business, how to hire people, fire people, KPIs, finances, how to really, really build the organization. So, and here I am now, multifamily real estate investing, right? Paid my mentor $25K to teach me multifamily real estate investing. And you have to look at it like this, man. Do you believe that you can make that money back? Do you believe that your hustle is that good? Your grind is that good? You have enough faith that I'll invest $25K and it'll come back. I invested $25K, bought a property for $3.5 million. It's going to be worth $6 million. I think that was a good investment. What do you guys think?
Oh, of course.
Absolutely.
Oh, of course.
Right?
Yeah. Of course.
My first mentor, I paid him $5K. I built a 6-figure organization. Paid my second mentor $10,000. I made $3.5 million a year later. I think that's a good investment, right?
Of course.
So my point here is this, ladies and gentlemen, you have to invest in yourself. I'm not telling you to give a guru online all of your money, your life savings, but at some point you have to get uncomfortable and make that investment and bet on yourself and let God and whomever you believe in do the rest with faith. I really believe. I'm a firm believer in that.
Wow. Man, I love that.
Yeah, man, that's major.
Because if you don't invest the money, you're going to spend it on something else. Hookah, whatever it is. We know.
The brunch dates.
We shooting this on Saturday. I hope you're talking somebody out of there right now.
Exactly, man.
It's about to be tonight.
Put the hookah down.
Hey, if you want to do the 7-figure deals, right? You want the hookah bar or you want the 7-figure deal?
Exactly.
At some point, you got to make that decision.
I agree, man. Sacrifice all day.
So with the closing of, you know, the 31 unit, you know, kind of give us a little insight of
For sure. So we're looking at another multifamily acquisition. It's a larger deal. Won't give out too much information on camera, but we're looking at a bigger deal here in Metro Atlanta where it's going to put us over 100 plus units. And guys, I'm locked in. My birthday's next month. I'm not going anywhere until I close this deal. That's how focused and locked in I am. But again, that's how you have to be if you want to get to the other side and truly build wealth. But we're looking to answer your question. We're looking at another multifamily acquisition here in Q1. Looking to be over 100 units on the multifamily side and over 100 tenants paying us rent every month. That's the thing, to be on the other side, right? And I want to let people know, like, black and brown people, minorities, we can go from renting to owning the building, right? Owning the asset where people are paying us rent on the first of the month and things like that. People are paying us late fees and so on and so forth.
Yeah, and wow, man. I ain't gonna lie, Marquis, you giving so much, man. I feel like man,
I appreciate it, man. I appreciate the opportunity to come on with you guys.
Well, see, I want to ask
For
because
sure.
you know, like I said, I've been, you know, definitely tuned in to your success. You know, like I said, we two Moultrie boys. You know,
Absolutely,
I'm definitely
man.
locked in with you.
For sure, man.
So what is the overall mission? Like,
Yeah.
you know, some people are jumping to this just for the money aspect, but you know, from my understanding, your mission is to better you know, your tenants' lives, give
For sure.
people places to stay. So, you know, kind of tell us about the mission that
Absolutely.
you have for it.
After you do this for so long, you know, money is not the end all be all anymore. It's like, okay, we know how to make money now.
Right.
But what other life can you really impact to really get to the next level in your life? Because at the end of the day, it's about fulfillment for me. One thing that fulfills me is showing other black people that, hey, you can get into real estate and really make some real money.
Right.
Some life changing money in real estate investing, whether you're wholesaling, doing multifamily. When it comes to the tenants, we live by this, adding value to these communities one building at a time. Like, a lot of these people are in tough situations, meaning they have terrible living conditions, mold in the apartments, you name it, right? And it sounds kind of far-fetched to us because like, I never lived somewhere like that, but it's people seriously living in situations like that, right? The air conditioners broke. Things we take for granted on a daily basis, right? These people don't have some of the bare necessities and amenities to really enjoy their life. So one thing we like to do is go in there and do a value-add opportunity. What does that mean? We'll go in there and paint the building. We're going to go in there and add some amenities, fix any fixtures and things like that, but most importantly, fix serious things, HVACs and all that type of stuff. And then that way we can increase the value on this asset. And then we're going to increase the rent, therefore increasing the NOI, net operating income. And once we do that, we can go to the bank and say, hey, when we bought it, it looks like this. It was gray, nothing was fixed. When we got finished and put our magic touch on it, our value add, this is how it looks now. These people love living over here, but most importantly, they have an experience living in our community. So to answer your question, yes.
Yes, there you go.
Well, Marquis,
and
I got a question.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I got a question too. So like, man, you just rattling off this stuff. Like I know
sure.
you eat, sleep, and breathe it.
Yeah, absolutely.
But like for somebody that's like wanting to get to your level, right now they're in the beginning stages. Like, I mean, what are some partnerships they need to be trying to form right now? And I'm talking about just kind of like at the ground level. Like, I mean, are you having partnerships with electricians, plumbers? Like, that's
a great question. So I would say number one, definitely figure out exactly what you want to do in real estate. If you want to if you want to get into the multifamily space, I would go ahead and start building relationships with brokers, right? People who can send you deals and things like that. Number two, find you a contractor. Because it's not if something breaks, when is it gonna break? Because it's something's gonna be broke or something's gonna be wrong. Yeah. Find you a handyman or something like that, electricians, those type of contractors that you can partner with strategically, help them make money, but most importantly, help them fix stuff for you. And then I would also say on the single family side, man, just continue to partner with people in the industry that's doing stuff, right? Go to networking events. Like really be intentional, man. Go to networking events, meet with people who are in other parts of real estate because there's so many moving parts, right? You have contractors, you have developers, right? You have general contractors who can come out and give you a quote and things like that. Appraisals, inspectors, you name it, man.
Wow. Okay. Man, that is great. So, and I know, circling back to how you said you kind of, those signs were hitting you just like one after the other. Yeah. You was getting those ads saying, you know, you don't have to have no credit, you don't have to have no money, but I feel like realistically, probably gotta have a little bit of credit and a little bit of money to kind of really get started. So
I always tell people,
if I'm somebody, let's like, you know, again, I'm just sitting around trying to figure out what my purpose is, what I'm gonna do. Mm-hmm. So like if right now my credit's jacked, I ain't got no money. Like what should I be shooting towards to just kind of have a foundation to be able to?
I would say number one, you need to educate yourself. Educate yourself and start to build relationships. By that I mean go to some of these networking events, meet some people who are already doing this and say, hey man, how can I provide value to you and your business? A lot of people are looking for some boots on the ground, somebody to take pictures of the property, right? When I first got started, my mentor was like, man, drive and find 100 properties, get their phone number and address. I'm going to give you the website to go do this, right? Once you do that, bring me somebody that wants to sell a property.
Right.
You figure out when you can call these people and stuff like that, but when they say they want to sell, bring it to me. I'll buy it, and then we'll sell it to somebody else. So I would say lead with value, guys. If you don't have any money or any credit, anything like that, lead with value. You never know where that would take you because a lot of people are not going to do that. They're just going to spam people in their DMs trying to get something for nothing. Yeah. Lead with value and say, hey, how can I provide value to your business? Can I drive and find you some houses? Yeah. Can I call the people for you and put a contract on it? What can I do to add value to you and your business? And you'll be surprised where that relationship will take you.
Wow. All right. And then you do have a way, people that are watching this right now, they can partner with you on deals, right?
Absolutely. We have two different things. So the way my organization is built now, we have a single family arm where we buy and sell a lot of properties. Then we have the multifamily arm where we acquire multifamily assets like we did with the one in Atlanta. So if you're looking to learn more about real estate and get in on the single family side with wholesaling, you can reach out to me on Instagram. It's wealth, WEALTH__forever. Send me a DM there, right? Or you can find me on LinkedIn, Marquis Robinson. I'm on LinkedIn as well. And on the multifamily side, we're currently offering double-digit returns to our investors right now on our next multifamily acquisition. If you want to do that, DM me the words invest. INVEST on my Instagram. We'll drop the link below. So let's connect that way, guys. We're excited, man. I'm looking to add value any way I can to the community by buying multifamily, giving these people a nice place to live, and then most importantly on the single family side, show people how to get into real estate investing so they can build and go from there.
Wow. Marquis Robinson, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm telling you.
Yes, sir. Robinson Capital Group. Be on the lookout. We're on our way to 1,000 units. We would love for you to be a part of it, man. DM me, invest. Let's make some money together and let's do some amazing things.
There you go. You have it. You hear my boy. So get with him. Make sure y'all lock in because he definitely got some big things coming in the near future. So we want y'all to be a part of that. So tune in for sure.
Hey, well, I think that's a great place to leave it.
For sure.
If you stuck, this man can help you get unstuck.
We got you.
He just told you how to reach him. So don't procrastinate. Get off your butt. Don't go to the hookah lounge tonight.
Right. Put the brunch boots up.
Hey, Marquis, we appreciate it.
No problem at all, man. Thank y'all guys. Thank y'all for the opportunity.
With that being said, episode 3. Appreciate y'all.